What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to serve anyone who's looking to level up from their current situation. This show is dedicated to helping raise the bar for all my motorsport enthusiasts out there, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a great freaking person is just who we are. And living our life to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose, man. So, hey, before I even get into it, if you haven't subscribed yet, just want to say, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. Let's stay connected, my friends. And so today we're going to be talking about a topic that it might ruffle some feathers. It might, some people might see this and be like, really? But if I'm being fully transparent with you, like it's something that the old me, like the old version, the person who I used to be, the younger Randy, the Randy that didn't know any better, the Randy that only knew the information that he had at the time and was doing the best decisions that he could, never thought that I'd be covering this. I never thought that I'd be saying the things that I'm going to say in this episode. I never thought that I would evolve to have the mindset around, what we're going to be talking about today, about liquor, about alcohol, about booze, about freaking poison. And I say that because, man, I genuinely never looked at it that way. I genuinely just saw it as something that everyone does, and it's accepted around society. And but as I've grown, as I've evolved, and as I continue to grow, I truly never feel like we will ever know it all. And like if I like to keep that mindset, I like to keep that perspective because it keeps me humble, it keeps me growing, and it genuinely, I truly feel that you never really will ever know everything. We must always continue evolving. We must always continue growing, and um, and so, today being like the day after St. Patrick's Day, today is Monday. If you guys are seeing this, happy Monday. And which is a day after St. Patrick's Day, which most people freaking drink. They go out. I used to be that guy. Go out to bars, celebrate, yeah, beers and this and that. So today being Monday, the day after, so many of America, or so many, yeah, I guess America, are fucking hungover right now. They're at work, like, fuck, I just want to go home. A lot of people probably even called sick today, like, um, and I know that because I was there. I used to do that. I used to be that person, um, and I thought that what better day, to talk about this topic, to bring this up, to talk about how you can start feeling better, you know, than today, than a day how when most people are hungover. And let me say this: if if you have gotten to know me just recently, then for sure that you see a whole different Randy than most are used to. Like you see an evolved Randy, you see a smarter Randy, you see a more driven Randy, you see a Randy that is chasing goals, dreams, and accomplishments that old Randy didn't think that he could accomplish. That old Randy had a smaller mindset, even though that old Randy was still ambitious, was still striving to do better and be better back then. I didn't think that way. And so, um, those that knew the old me, those that knew, I say it because that is no longer the me. Um, those that knew that old person that knew that old Randy, can testify how much of a drinker I used to be. Like, man, I was that guy who would fucking pre-game to get to the pre-game. Like, and if you don't know familiar with what pre-gaming is, it's pretty much when friends get together to drink a little bit so they can feel good before they go out drinking. And it's called the pre-game. So I was the guy who pre-gamed for the pre-game. And if that doesn't give you a good analogy of how much of a drinker I was, uh, continue listening because I'm going to try to evolve on that, right? And so I always had a fucking drink in my hand. I always had a strong ass drink in my hand. Let me say that. Um, I I genuinely liked that taste. Like, and I was that guy who was always encouraging others to drink. Yeah, fucking take a shot. Come on. Oh, why you slow stepping? Oh, this and that. Like, I was that guy, and like, and even just talking about this right here, it's like, man, like I'm like, wow, like, but it makes me happy. It makes me proud of myself to even be able to sit here and talk about this topic because man, it just makes me happy. It just makes me uh, encouraged on how much more I can grow and how much more I'm gonna accomplish by having this mindset. But so I was that guy who was always encouraging others to drink. I was that guy who was always, oh come on, take a shot. I was that guy who was always like going around and just pretty much encouraging everyone to drink, right? Like peer pressuring everyone to drink, I guess if you want to say things, right? And as much as I hate to admit this shit, man, like I was also the guy who would fucking pass out drunk. I was the guy who would get too intoxicated and would make a fool on himself. I was like that guy that would always drink too much. I was that guy. Like, I was that guy that made fun of because I would be passed out. I was that guy that they several times they drew on my face because I was fucking passed out. Um, and come to think about it, like, man, like what a total embarrassment, like that I made of myself. Like, like for real. Like I'm just here thinking back and just like analyzing and just having some flashbacks of moments that I probably remember because a lot of the times I didn't fucking remember shit. Um, it's like wow, you know. But you know, Mondays probably like how yours is right now were horrible for me. Like they were horrible for me because I was always so fucking hungover. It was always drinking Thursday, drinking Friday, drinking Saturday, drinking Sunday. And Monday came around and I was like, oh my god, I don't know why I always feel like shit. And it was because I was constantly drinking. It was because I was always come Monday I was annoyed. I was dehydrated. I was depressed. I was depleted from all my energy. Like I had no drive. I just wanted to go home and sleep. I felt like crap. Like I was fucking hungover. And the bad part is I would last through Tuesday. You know, it's Wednesday. I already start kind of feeling good, and then Thursday roll around. "Ah, where are we going drinking today?" And there goes the fucking cycle again, man. And so like I could rant on here with stories of and I'm sure everyone has like drinking stories. Some of those are pretty cool, but I could share some fucking stories that are like, man, like I don't even know how I made it through that shit. Like some incidents that I'm like, holy fucking shit, like man, how irresponsible. Like man, so many fucking nights that I would just black out and I would wake up the next morning and I'd be like, fuck, like what happened last night? Like and that's kind of why I wear this shirt. I've had this shirt in my closet for so long, and it says, "In my defense, I was left unsupervised," and it's a joke, but I generally had a drinking problem, like and most people won't fucking admit that. And I've grown and I've evolved to the point where like I can look back and I can reflect on it and I can admit that I had it, like because I've grown from that. Like I'm proud of myself for being able to fucking say that shit. And my goal with this is to kind of maybe you're not gonna stop drinking, but maybe you start looking at things a little bit different, and maybe who knows down the line you'll be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go for a little bit without drinking, man. Who knows where this goes? But it's all to share some feedback and what has happened for me, and maybe that you could use it too to evolve like I have. And man, and there was so many nights that like blacked out, don't remember, will wake up like from embarrassment, like oh my god, look at text messages, and I was like that, I was that guy. But I give so much thanks, like to the man up above, to God, to our Lord, for keeping me safe, like for like getting me through some incidents that I had no business getting through them. And thank you, Lord, because for guiding me through those tough times, for protecting me because I simply didn't know any better. Like Like, and maybe you're thinking right now, like, man, yeah, I know better, Randy. Like, but I'm still gonna drink. Like, like, it gets the vibe going for me. Like, it makes me feel good. Like, oh, I am more myself when I drink. Like, but I'm here to challenge that. Like, are you really? Like, now again, I'm gonna put this out there because I don't want this to come off the wrong way. I don't want this like for people to be like, oh, look at this guy, like, oh, like, look at a hypocrite. And um, my intention with this is just to help you, give you a perspective shift, to help you look at things from a different, lens, to show you that and be, open, and that just because I don't want to drink anymore. Um, which is wow. Like, I can't believe I even just said that. Like, I never thought that those words would come from my mouth. But just because I say that, it doesn't mean that I haven't had some days where it was totally the opposite. And so I wanted to clear that because um, I, it's just part of evolution, I guess. And now that I know better, I am trying my hardest to do better. And and I'm not gonna go as far as saying like I am never going to drink again. Like man, and even though like to be real, to be transparent, to be 100% openly right now, that is exactly what's been on my mind lately. But that's a fucking huge commitment. That's a huge undertaking. Like for the rest of my life, I'm never gonna drink again. Like and that's I don't know if I can do that. Um, and and I'm the type of guy that I fucking hate going back on my word. Like like I hate saying something and then going back on it. So I'm not gonna say that I'm never gonna drink again. What I'm gonna say is that I'm not gonna drink today. And when tomorrow comes around, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna drink today. And I'm gonna take it day by day. And I'm gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna drink one more day. I'm not gonna drink one more day. And we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna that's all I could do. Um, and maybe you're right now like, oh, but you're just limiting yourself right there because I have some friends who truly have committed and have said, I'm never fucking drinking again. And man, I look up to having that kind of commitment. Uh, maybe I will move into that, but I say that because I know my history, know my past, and while I don't drink how I used to, occasionally I will have a beer or two with a friend to kind of just have a good time, I guess. But I'm growing into the person who has realized that I don't need fucking liquor to have a good time. Like, like, and I'm here openly sharing that I'm gonna take it day by day because I can admit that I had a drinking problem. Like, hello, I'm wide open Randy. Everything I do gets taken to the fucking max. Like whether I want to or not, I feel like that shit is just ingrained in me. Like it's how I roll. It's like my approach at life. It's like I just couldn't seem ever. And even to like when I have a drink, I'm like, oh, I'm just one. What the fuck? Like what a pussy ass shit. Like that's just like I guess how my mind set up around it was, and I was that guy who was always pounding those motherfuckers down like if my life depended on it. It was like drink after drink, and like people would still be sipping, and I'd already be done with mine, and because I drink fast and I like them strong, and what happens is that fucking led to me acting out of control, and so maybe you're saying, man, Randy, you had a drinking problem, but I don't have a drinking problem. I can control my drinking. I only have a few drinks after work. You know, but here's the perspective shift that I want to offer. Is like, have you ever gone for at least a month? And that's so small, but have you ever gone at least a month, 30 days, without intaking any alcoholic beverage into your system? Like, have you? Like, and I say this because I didn't know how good I would feel from eliminating like the intoxication that I was doing to my body. Like, like liquor is literally a fucking poison. Like when we drink, like we're intoxicating our bodies every time we drink, and we're intoxicating ourselves to the point where once we have too many, we can't talk, we slow our words, we can't walk. That's why they do fucking drinking and DUIs because you lose your ability to fucking coordinate. And I've had some fucking bad crashes on motorcycles because I drank too much. and I've fucking little by little I'm learning my lesson. And so that's why you feel massive fucking hangovers after you drink, because we're intoxicating our bodies. We're literally poisoning ourselves with every drink that we take. And so, some people drink. I was like that guy. I drink to feel good, but I didn't realize that like the bad days that came after the feeling good were because I was fucking drinking so much. And I was never able to connect the dots back then because I had never gone without drinking alcohol for more than probably a week or two since I can ever remember, since I fucking started drinking when I was a fucking young kid. And it wasn't until last year, like when I got on this Live Hard program, that I decided to give it a try. Like, and if you're unfamiliar with the Live Hard program, I recently did an episode on it. You could go ahead and check that one out. Best program I decided to take on, the year program, and it pretty much it does 75 hard, Live Hard phase 1, Live Hard phase 2, Live Hard phase 3. I'm on Live Hard phase 2 of the year program. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Check out that episode that I did on it. It describes what it is and how you could do it too. But last year, it was the longest I have ever gone without having a fucking drink, without having an ounce of alcohol, without intoxicating myself. And I went for about 5 months. Like, and let me tell you that those fucking 5 months, like, man, I felt fucking amazing. I had so much energy. Like, I had no fucking hangovers. Like man, I was waking up early every single fucking day. Like, I was productive as fuck. And sure, the peer pressure was there. Like, and at the beginning, I did have withdrawals because I fucking went from, drinking so much to like completely cutting it and cold turkey to like my body was like, yo, what the fuck? What's going on here? And so, and on top of that, when I went out, of course, your friends are like, oh, you're not drinking? Oh, what a party pooper. Oh, making jokes and this and that. But man, I truly just decided to try something that I never had done before to see how it would feel. And going through that period of not drinking, like, planted this seed in me that, like, now it continues to grow. And like, and since then, like, after the 5 months of kind of, went through and I had that period of non-drinking, like, yeah, I have had a couple of drinks since then, but the hangovers after, like, they only fucking solidified like how much I truly want to eliminate this fucking habit from who I am. Like, you don't need liquor to build courage. Like, you don't need to have a drink for you to forget about your problems. Like, you don't need to drink to fucking feel better. Like, all that shit does is, like, it fucking masks the problems that are truly there. And then what happens is that when you come back to being sober after you're done with your hangover, like, hello reality, guess what? All those fucking problems are still there. All those feelings are still there. All those insecurities are still there. All those things that you try to avoid are still there. And sedating yourself, and how I was sedating myself, like, it only made you feel better while you're while you're intoxicated, but right after it fucking made you feel way worse in the long run. Like, true happiness, true courage, true problem solving capabilities, like, they come from being sober. Like they come from you being on fucking point. Like, and my intention with this episode is really not to get you to stop drinking, but more so to just, get some gears turning up in your head, so that maybe you can start evaluating your life and see, man, how it's been affected because of the drinking. Like, I truly want you to become the best version of yourself, and that's gonna require you to think differently. Like, it's going to require you to level up. It's going to require you to adopt better habits. And in the process, it's also going to require you to eliminate the habits that don't help you achieve the things that you want to accomplish. Like, since I started phase 2 of the Live Hard program, man, I haven't had a single alcohol. And like, you're watching this episode, it's Monday, 18 days in. Like, and if I'm learning more about myself every single day that passes. I'm seeing new capabilities, and I'm embracing every challenge that I take on, like, with my true self. Like I'm not, not being sedated has opened clarity for myself. Like, I'm more focused, I'm more driven. I don't waste as much time anymore. Like, I'm fucking just what I gotta do. I wake up early, I have no hangovers, I don't wanna fucking eat shit. Like, you know, all because I was willing to give up the things that, were holding me back. The things that were, making me feel good, in a quotation mark sense. But were they really, and it took going through a period of seeing how good I felt without it to realize how good I can be, but when you're stuck in the mix and you're constantly drinking, and even if you're a social drinker or drink on the weekends, you know, you you just don't realize the effects that it's really doing to your body. And so, I'm here to ask you a question. Like, are you willing to start peeling off the layers, in a metaphorical sense, of your body, of who you are, of the habits that you have currently right now, so that you can start seeing the inner beauty that really is underneath you, my friends? Like, are you willing to do the hard things now so that you can live an easy life later? Like, are you willing to take that uncomfortable action? Are you willing to try new things? Are you willing to adopt new habits? Are you willing to grow your mindset so that you can become the best version of yourself? The choice is yours, my friends. And so I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the fucking ground, and I'm calling out all the more sport enthusiasts out there who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back, and let's prove to the world that we are truly some badass motherfuckers. Those of you who made it to the end of the episode, I want to say that you got yourself a win, man, and I truly appreciate you for investing your valuable time into the Live Wide Open podcast. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others improve is the mission that God has tasked me with. We are driven individuals working on breaking the fucking stereotype and becoming the best that we can be. Join me on this journey while we help as many motorsport enthusiasts as possible to create the best lives that we can imagine. Yo, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you fucking waiting for, my friends? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you never miss another episode. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is Wide Open Randy. And if you felt any connection to today's message, I ask that you genuinely just, share this on your stories, because those are the actions that really help us spread the message. I'll catch you guys on the next episode. But till then, live your life wide open, my friends. Peace.